Imagine holding a small, ordinary coin in your hand, a coin most people would ignore. But what if I told you this simple penny could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars? Today, we reveal the shocking story of one of the rarest coins in history. Imagine holding a small, ordinary coin that most people would ignore. Yet this simple penny could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. The Lincoln wheat penny is one of the most famous coins in United States history, minted from 1909 to 1958, and it was the first US coin to feature the image of a real person, President Abraham Lincoln. On the front of the coin appears Lincoln's portrait along with the words "In God We Trust" and "Liberty," while the reverse side displays two wheat stalks, symbolizing agriculture, prosperity, and national strength, which is why it became known as the wheat penny. In 1943, during World War II, copper was urgently needed for ammunition, wiring, and military equipment. So the US government decided to produce pennies from zinc-coated steel instead of copper, giving most 1943 pennies a silver-gray appearance. However, a rare and historic mistake occurred when a small number of leftover copper blanks from previous years were accidentally struck with the 1943 date, creating the legendary 1943 copper wheat penny, a coin that was never intended to exist. Today, this coin is considered one of the rarest and most valuable coins in the world, as a genuine example will not stick to a magnet and, when authenticated, can sell for anywhere from $100,000 to over $1 million, depending on its condition, proving that sometimes the greatest pieces of history are hidden in the smallest objects. As awareness of the 1943 copper wheat penny spread, collectors and experts began to realize just how extraordinary this accidental coin truly was. Over the decades, only a very small number of authentic examples have been confirmed, struck at different US mints, making each one incredibly rare and highly sought after because of their value. Many steel 1943 pennies have been altered or plated to look like copper, which is why professional authentication is essential before any claim can be trusted. A real 1943 copper penny will show natural aging, correct weight, and will not be attracted to a magnet, features that help experts separate genuine pieces from fakes. Today, this coin stands as a powerful reminder of how a momentary error during wartime production created a legendary treasure, turning an everyday penny into one of the most desirable and fascinating coins in the history of coin collecting because of its incredible story and extreme rarity. The 1943 copper wheat penny has become a symbol of hope for collectors and ordinary people alike, inspiring the belief that a life-changing treasure could still be hiding in plain sight. Many individuals continue to search through old coin jars, inherited collections, and forgotten drawers, dreaming of discovering this historic penny. Its fame has also helped educate people about the importance of coin preservation, condition, and authenticity, as even the smallest details can dramatically affect value. More than just a rare object, this coin represents a unique moment where history, war, and human error came together, proving that even the simplest penny can carry a story worth millions and a legacy that continues to fascinate the world. The story of the 1943 copper wheat penny begins long before it was accidentally minted. The Lincoln wheat penny series itself was introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Prior to this, US pennies featured the Liberty head design, which had been in circulation for decades. The decision to place Lincoln's image on the penny was revolutionary at the time, as it was the first time a real person had ever appeared on a circulating US coin. The obverse design featured a detailed profile of Lincoln, capturing his distinctive facial features, while the reverse design included two wheat stalks framing the denomination. These wheat stalks symbolized agriculture and prosperity, highlighting the importance of farming to the nation's economy. Over the next 3 decades, the Lincoln wheat penny became a staple of American coinage, appreciated both for its historical significance and its everyday utility as a currency that people could trust and use freely. By the early 1940s, the world was engulfed in the turmoil of World War II. The United States, while not initially involved in combat, had ramped up its industrial production to supply both domestic needs and the Allies. Copper, a key material in coinage, was simultaneously critical for war production. Copper was used extensively in ammunition, electrical wiring, and other military equipment. This created a dilemma for the US Mint, which still relied on copper to produce pennies. Maintaining a supply of copper for Coinage would have been inefficient and strategically unwise. After extensive discussion and planning, the mint decided that the pennies for 1943 would no longer be made of the traditional copper alloy. Instead, they would produce pennies using zinc-coated steel, which was abundant and sufficiently sturdy for circulation. This decision marked a historic departure from tradition and had an immediate effect on the appearance of the 1943 penny. Unlike previous brown-colored pennies, the 1943 steel penny had a distinctive silver-gray hue. The public quickly noticed the difference, and these pennies became a symbol of the wartime era, carrying both the practical function of currency and the historical context of a nation at war. However, amidst the massive operational shift at the mint, human error and timing led to the creation of an extraordinary numismatic phenomenon, the 1943 copper wheat penny. During the transition from copper to steel coin production, some copper planchets blanks, intended for previous years, remained in the minting machinery. These planchets were inadvertently struck with the 1943 date, creating pennies that were indistinguishable in appearance from the common Lincoln wheat pennies of other years, except for their composition. Unlike the steel pennies, these coins were fully copper, giving them the classic round color that collectors immediately recognized as unusual for that year. Only a very small number of these copper pennies were minted, estimated to be in the range of 40 to 50 known specimens. Because of their rarity and accidental nature, the 1943 copper wheat penny became one of the most sought-after era coins in the world. Collectors and numismatic experts quickly realized the significance of these coins. Each 1943 copper penny provides a window into the minting practices of the era, as well as the challenges the mint faced in adapting to wartime needs. Experts analyze these coins, not only for their authenticity, but also for details such as die, markings, weight, and finish. Authentic 1943 copper pennies exhibit characteristics that distinguish them from steel pennies, such as the lack of magnetic attraction and slightly different dimensions and weight. The study of these coins has led to broader insights into the manufacturing errors that can occur even in highly regulated processes, demonstrating how chance, oversight, and human factors can produce objects of extraordinary value. The market value of a 1943 copper wheat penny is extraordinary, depending on its condition and provenance. Individual coins have sold for amounts ranging from $100,000 to over $1 million. These coins are highly prized in auctions, and collectors often go to great lengths to secure them, including tracing family collections, searching estate sales, and examining old coin rolls. The combination of rarity, historical significance, and the dramatic circumstances of its creation make this coin a unique item in the world of collecting. In addition to its monetary value, the coin carries a cultural significance that makes it a symbol of both chance and human ingenuity. It reminds us that sometimes errors, when preserved, can become priceless artifacts. Over the decades, many forgeries and plated steel pennies have appeared, as some unscrupulous individuals have attempted to capitalize on the fame and value of the copper 1943 penny. These fakes are often plated with copper to mimic the original, but experts can detect them using weight, magnetic properties, and microscopic examination. Authentication and grading by professional numismatic organizations are essential to confirm the legitimacy of a 1943 copper penny. This process not only protects collectors, but also ensures that the history and provenance of these coins remain intact for future generations. The continued discovery, verification, and study of these coins contribute to the body of knowledge about coin production, era coins, and wartime minting practices, keeping the story of the 1943 copper penny alive and relevant. The impact of the 1943 copper wheat penny extends beyond just coin collectors. It has inspired documentaries, educational videos, and museum exhibitions, allowing the general public to appreciate the extraordinary circumstances that led to its creation. Teachers and historians often use the coin as an example of how historical events, such as wartime material shortages, can have unexpected effects on everyday objects. It also serves as a tangible connection to the past, giving people a way to physically engage with history. Every coin tells a story, but the 1943 copper penny tells a story of error, ingenuity, and lasting value that few other coins can match. Furthermore, the coin serves as a case study in probability and chance. The fact that only a handful were produced makes it a rare example of how small occurrences can have outsized impacts. It demonstrates that while systems and procedures may aim for perfection, the unexpected can always occur, and when it does, it can leave a lasting legacy. Each coin that surfaces is a reminder of that rare moment when history and accident intersected perfectly. This aspect of the coin contributes to its legendary status, inspiring countless collectors to continue searching for similar rare finds and fostering a culture of curiosity, research, and meticulous care in the field of numismatics. Collectors today take great care in preserving their coins, often storing them in climate-controlled environments, protective holders, and archival quality containers to prevent oxidation and wear. Maintaining a coin in near-perfect condition can dramatically increase its value, as coins that retain their original luster and details are far more desirable than those showing signs of circulation. The 1943 copper wheat penny, with its combination of scarcity and historical relevance, exemplifies why coin preservation is so important. It serves as a guidepost for collectors, illustrating how careful handling, research, and attention to detail can protect both monetary value and historical integrity. In this way, the coin continues to educate and inspire those who study it, showing that even small objects can teach big lessons about history, commerce, and chance. The story of the 1943 copper wheat penny also highlights the human element in the production of everyday objects. Despite the automation and standardization present in minting facilities, the involvement of human workers, decisions, and oversight can result in unique outcomes. The coin's existence is a testament to the unpredictable nature of human activity. Even under highly regulated and technical conditions, it underscores the fact that behind every coin lies a complex story of design, production, and distribution, reminding collectors and enthusiasts that history is always intertwined with human experience. As the coin gained fame, its presence in auctions and private collections began to influence the broader coin market. Collectors became more aware of the value of rare coins, which led to increased demand and higher prices for similar anomalies. The 1943 copper wheat penny became a benchmark for assessing other rare pennies and era coins, establishing standards for authenticity grading and documentation. It also spurred interest in researching historical minting processes, uncovering how other accidental or limited production runs contributed to the field of numismatics. Through its rarity and story, the coin has shaped not only individual collecting strategies but also the methodologies used by professional numismatists to study, verify, and preserve coins. As the legend of the 1943 copper wheat penny grew, the importance of verification and provenance became paramount. Collectors quickly realized that owning one of these coins required more than luck. It demanded careful authentication to ensure its legitimacy. Professional numismatic organizations, such as the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, and Numismatic Guarantee Corporation NGC, began meticulously analyzing every suspected copper penny. They examined the coin's weight, diameter, metal composition, and minting details, comparing each piece to known verified examples. Even minor deviations in strike pattern or finish could indicate a fake or plated steel penny, as counterfeiters had become increasingly sophisticated in their attempts to mimic this legendary coin. Each verified penny was then assigned a grade based on condition, from circulated and won examples to near perfect uncirculated specimens. These grades had a direct impact on value, as collectors and investors were willing to pay exponentially more for coins that retained their original luster and showed no signs of wear or corrosion. Provenance, or the documented ownership history, became just as critical as physical verification. Coins that had well-documented histories, such as being part of notable collections, previously auctioned, or belonging to families who preserved them carefully over decades, commanded significantly higher prices. Auction houses began highlighting provenance prominently in catalogs, often citing decades-old records or certification documents. Collectors recognized that a coin with verified origin not only guaranteed authenticity, but also added historical depth and prestige to their collection. This attention to provenance elevated the 1943 copper wheat penny from a simple mint error to a historical artifact, linking it directly to the era of its creation and the extraordinary circumstances of World War II production. Over time, as more coins were verified and graded, the market for these pennies matured. Public auctions attracted international attention, with bids from collectors, museums, and investors seeking to acquire one of the few surviving examples. Each sale became a newsworthy event in the numismatic world, often exceeding hundreds of thousands of dollars, and in rare cases crossing the $1 million mark. The combination of scarcity, historical significance, and meticulous documentation made these coins a benchmark in rare coin valuation. Experts began compiling detailed records, publishing research articles, and conducting analyses to further understand the conditions under which these pennies were minted and preserved. This research shed light not only on the 1943 copper wheat penny, but also on broader minting practices and era coin occurrences during periods of national and global upheaval. Collectors and enthusiasts also learned valuable lessons from the penny's history about the importance of coin preservation. Even minor exposure to moisture, air, or improper handling could degrade the coin surface and reduce its value dramatically. As a result, professional storage techniques, such as encapsulation in protective holders, climate-controlled storage, and careful handling with gloves, became standard practice. The 1943 copper wheat penny thus served as a teaching tool, emphasizing how historical significance and physical condition combined to define value. It also inspired a generation of coin collectors to look beyond ordinary coins, encouraging them to search for rare errors, misprints, and limited editions that might otherwise go unnoticed. Beyond its monetary value, the coin took on a cultural and educational significance. Museums and exhibitions showcased it as an example of how chance, oversight, and historical context can converge to create an object of extraordinary importance. Educators used it to illustrate wartime production challenges, material shortages, and the economic impact of global conflict on everyday life. The coin's story highlighted how small, seemingly insignificant objects could carry profound historical meaning, linking collectors and viewers alike to moments of the past that shaped both the nation and the numismatic field. In addition, the ongoing fascination with the 1943 copper wheat penny influenced the broader coin collecting community, spurring interest in other rare-era coins and limited production runs. Collectors began studying minting techniques, documenting anomalies, and sharing information across international networks. The penny became a case study in probability, manufacturing oversight, and historical context, demonstrating that the most valuable coins are often those that carry a story as compelling as their rarity. It reinforced the idea that each coin is not just currency, but also a tangible piece of history offering insight into the economic, social, and technological conditions of its era. As the years passed, even more discoveries of previously unknown or privately held 1943 copper wheat pennies surfaced, fueling excitement and competition among collectors. Auctions became highly publicized events, attracting media coverage and sparking discussions about historical artifacts, rarity, and value. Each coin sold added to the narrative, contributing new chapters to the penny's remarkable story. With the continued interest in the 1943 copper wheat penny, collectors began to pay close attention to the nuances that separated authentic coins from clever reproductions. Over time, professional grading standards became stricter, with experts using magnification X-ray fluorescence XRF and metallurgical analysis to verify the exact composition of each coin. Authentic examples had to be composed of true copper, displaying specific density and luster that could not be replicated by plating steel coins. These verification methods became an essential part of the coin collecting community, ensuring that the legacy of the 1943 copper wheat penny remained untarnished. Collectors also began maintaining detailed records of ownership, known as provenance, which documented a coin's journey from its discovery to modern-day auctions. Coins with well-documented provenance consistently commanded higher prices, demonstrating the importance of both physical authenticity and historical traceability in valuing rare coins. The market for the 1943 copper wheat penny became increasingly competitive as more collectors and investors recognized its rarity and significance. Major auction houses such as Heritage Auctions and Stags Bowers began hosting dedicated events to sell these coins, often featuring extensive documentation and certification to assure buyers of authenticity. Some pennies sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars, while exceptional examples with pristine condition or famous ownership histories reached over $1 million. These high-profile sales elevated the coin's reputation, drawing attention from not just numismatists, but also mainstream media, which covered the story of how a simple minting error could create such immense value. This media exposure further fueled public fascination, inspiring new collectors to explore the field of rare coins and errors, and establishing the 1943 copper wheat penny as a cultural icon among numismatic circles. Collectors also became increasingly knowledgeable about preservation techniques. Coins were carefully handled, using cotton gloves stored in airtight holders and kept in climate-controlled environments to prevent oxidation and wear. Some even invested in advanced archival cases that controlled humidity, light exposure, and temperature, recognizing that even minor environmental damage could dramatically affect a coin's grade and value. The 1943 copper wheat penny in particular benefited from this meticulous care, as it could retain or increase its value only if the copper surface remained untarnished and the design details fully visible. The attention to preservation reinforced the coin's status as more than just a monetary object. It became a historical artifact that needed to be protected, studied, and appreciated for generations to come. As research and scholarship around the 1943 copper wheat penny expanded, historians began linking the coin's creation to broader wartime economic policies and minting practices. These insights offered a rare glimpse into the operational complexities of the mint, showing how human oversight, stress, and timing could converge to produce something as extraordinary as the 1943 copper era. The coin, therefore, is not merely a collectible, but a tangible record of the challenges and adaptations faced by the United States during a pivotal moment in history. By examining these pennies, researchers can trace technological changes in coin production, shifts in economic priorities, and even the influence of global conflict on everyday items like currency. In modern times, the fascination with the 1943 copper wheat penny continues to inspire both seasoned collectors and new enthusiasts. Online forums, social media groups, and collector communities discuss verification techniques, share auction results, and exchange tips on coin preservation. The coin has become a benchmark for understanding error coins and serves as a model for studying other rare or misprinted coins across the world. Its story has also been incorporated into educational materials, museum exhibits, and documentaries, emphasizing how a small, seemingly ordinary object can carry immense historical and financial significance. Every discovery of a copper 1943 penny is a moment of excitement in the numismatic community, reaffirming the enduring allure of rare coins and the timeless connection between history, chance, and human craftsmanship. As the 1943 copper wheat penny cemented its status as one of the rarest coins in numismatic history. Its story evolved beyond mere monetary value, becoming a symbol of human curiosity, patience, and the thrill of discovery. Collectors began sharing first-hand accounts of uncovering these coins in the most unexpected places: family coin jars, forgotten drawers, and even rolls of pennies purchased at banks decades after the minting. Each discovery became a legend in its own right, sparking excitement not only within the numismatic community but also in the general public, who marveled at the idea that a small, seemingly ordinary penny could carry such immense historical and financial significance. These stories underscored a universal fascination, the possibility that treasure might be hiding in plain sight, waiting for someone with knowledge, luck, and a careful eye to uncover it. The coin's growing fame attracted attention from international collectors, turning each auction into a high-stakes event. Bidders often competed fiercely, sometimes across continents, to acquire a verified copper 1943 penny. Auctions became a showcase, not only of the coin itself, but also of the narratives surrounding its discovery, provenance, and condition. Some coins sold for record-breaking amounts, making headlines in newspapers and online publications, and each sale further reinforced the coin's legendary status. Beyond the money, these auctions revealed the deep, emotional, and historical connection collectors had with their coins. Owning a 1943 copper wheat penny was not merely about possession, it was about being part of a story that spanned decades, connecting past, present, and future through a single tangible artifact. The educational and cultural significance of the coin continued to grow. Museums began including the 1943 copper wheat penny in exhibitions highlighting the ingenuity, errors, and historical circumstances of American coinage. Schools and educational programs referenced it as a case study in how chance, economics, and historical events can intersect in unexpected ways. Lectures on numismatics often use this coin to illustrate the complex interplay between minting technology, wartime resource management, and human oversight. showing how a tiny mistake can produce a legacy that outlives generations. The coin therefore functions as both a collectible and a teaching tool, offering lessons about diligence, historical awareness, and the unpredictable ways in which small events can shape history. Collectors also became increasingly fascinated with the subtle details that distinguish one coin from another. Minute variations in die, where strike depth and surface toning provided clues to the coin's minting, origin, and handling over time. This led to detailed studies and publications cataloging every known example and creating comprehensive guides for future collectors. The coin's rarity made even small differences in condition profoundly significant, reinforcing the importance of careful preservation. Collectors learned to handle their coins with extreme caution, using protective holders, controlled lighting, and climate-controlled storage to maintain the integrity of the copper surface. Such meticulous attention to detail not only preserved the coin's financial value but also safeguarded its historical story, ensuring that each example could continue to educate and inspire for generations. Furthermore, the 1943 copper wheat penny inspired a new appreciation for the unexpected beauty of era coins. Collectors and enthusiasts began to explore other anomalies in coinage, seeking the rare misprints, double strikes, and unusual planchets that could reveal hidden histories. The penny became a benchmark for what could happen when human oversight intersected with large-scale production, a reminder that perfection is rare and mistakes can be extraordinarily valuable. For its continued study and admiration, the 1943 copper wheat penny has not only shaped the field of coin collecting, but has also captured the imagination of anyone fascinated by history, chance, and the hidden stories behind everyday objects. In modern times, the coin remains a coveted artifact celebrated in documentaries, online communities, and collector forums worldwide. Videos detailing its discovery, authentication process, and record-breaking sales attract millions of views, demonstrating its enduring appeal. Social media platforms and collector networks allow enthusiasts to share insights, compare findings, and connect with experts, creating a living archive of knowledge about the coin. Each new discussion, each auction, and each verified discovery adds to the collective understanding, cementing the 1943 copper wheat penny as a timeless symbol of curiosity, patience, and the thrill of uncovering history in the most unexpected places. Over the decades, the 1943 copper wheat penny has evolved from a rare minting era into a legend within the world of numismatics, captivating collectors, historians, and enthusiasts around the globe. Its story represents far more than a monetary anomaly. It is a testament to history, chance, and human ingenuity. Each surviving coin embodies a moment frozen in time, reflecting the economic pressures of wartime America, the meticulous work of mint employees, and the unpredictable twists that can transform ordinary objects into treasures of immense value. The demand for authentic 1943 copper pennies continues to rise, fueled not only by their rarity, but also by the rich narratives surrounding their discovery, preservation, and auction history. Museums, private collections, and educational programs now highlight the coin as a tangible piece of history, providing insight into how a single penny can connect generations, spark curiosity, and inspire our lifelong passion for coin collecting. Beyond its financial and historical significance, the coin has created a cultural phenomenon. Collectors share their discoveries online, exchanging detailed photographs, stories of family heirlooms, and insights into authentication techniques. Each verified coin adds to the legacy of the 1943 copper wheat penny, creating a living archive of knowledge that continues to grow with every new find. From auction houses showcasing record-breaking sales to social media groups analyzing minute details of minting and wear, the coin has become a focal point for learning, storytelling, and community. It is a reminder that even the smallest, most overlooked items can carry extraordinary tales, bridging history and modern fascination in ways few objects can. And yet, the story does not end here. Even now, decades later, there are whispers of 1943 copper wheat pennies that may still lie hidden, tucked away in forgotten collections, dusty drawers, or old coin rolls waiting to be discovered. Each possibility excites collectors with the same thrill as if it were the first time the coin appeared in public. It reminds us that history is not static, it is alive, waiting for those with curiosity, patience, and a keen eye to uncover the next chapter. So, what if the next 1943 copper wheat penny is waiting for you? But the question remains, What secrets are still hiding in everyday coins around us, waiting to be discovered? In our next video, we'll reveal another rare penny with a story so unbelievable it could change the way you see every coin in your collection. Don't miss it. History has a way of surprising us when we least expect it.